You're watching the Vans US Open of Surfing. Exciting round. The round of 96 continues with some rippable small wave conditions here on the south side of Huntington Pier. And we're working our way to setting up some big heats to come in a round of 48. So top two advance. Looks like we'll get things started. K.Andino, destined to win this event at some stage of his career, throws down an aggressive backside whip into reverse. Single maneuver, section, leashless, total confidence. It's one of my favorite maneuvers of the day, Ro. What a smart move. K.'s last score coming through at a 5.07 as we check out his last wave here, Rosie.
Yeah, it's just so good to see someone kind of open up with that intent on a wave, and just to see the whip that he has right now. We talk about having full confidence in your quiver. He stays so low to his board, stays connected to it. It's so important to keep that head of the stringer, low center of gravity, and he swings it around.
Another look at that one major move. There's that tail blow. Always feels like an event where I expect Andino to have multiple wins at the end of his career. Snapping quickly down the line, third hack in transition. Andino's already backed up his 5.5.
It's so impressive just to see how engaged he is at the moment.
Section 5.5.
Watch his back foot too, Joe. It almost disengages. I think, this is a new wave, but just seeing that disengaging from his tail pad and swinging it around again.
Atkinson from South Australia. He's up now wearing the white jersey.
How to make it look fun, and he's just looking like he's bringing something a little bit extra in his surfing today.
T.King getting in the mix, had a 4.0 before that. King represented Costa Rica. One thing they had as rookies was showing at Chopu, Tahiti in 2014 for maybe one of the best swells that event's ever seen. And Dion, on his first trip to Chopu, ended up turning in his best result of that rookie year. Vasco's been deadly on the main stage as a wild card, making a semi-final in Portugal. The best result ever for a wild card. Atkinson 4.77. Last replay here of Tomas Whitewater bearing that board, but looked like he had control. Next one, D.Atkinson, fitting in two power hacks in transition.
On his forehand. And then Dion, we mentioned just those power hits from him. And then also you mentioned a junior world champion. So just a wealth of talent coming out of Portugal.
Andino in motion. There's that speedy backhand whip, blowtail, reverse on the finishing move.
That 5.83, and then Thomas here on that forehand, just getting that slice in, throwing the fins around, unfortunately incomplete. So you can tell that he's starting to get that momentum going, because it is a far haul from South Africa. But here goes K., he's actually taking the lead at the moment.
Andino, big backside tail whip, ends up losing the handle and his board. He had a lot of people to look up to, obviously starting with his dad, Dino, who was a former Rookie of the Year on tour. Catching up to what K.', just did during the break, Row.
Yeah, good to see those smooth transitions. I mean, even when there is that little bit of lump on the face, K.', just brings it and wraps it all the way around. It's a lot of respect for them. And Vasco here, knowing that he needs to start making a move to get into that top two. So a couple speedy backhand turns. Would like to see him lay that rail a little bit more.
We'll get back to that story because we've got some live action. Vasco out of there, his spot on the Dream Tour. Now he's a guy that's ready to win multiple events in a season. Watching this now, this is Andino with 7 minutes on the clock. Just staying active. The now commits. First turn, backside snap, stomps the roof, and now throws a clean vertical to finish.
Ooh, and what does he need? That 5.55 for Dion to jump back into second place. Meantime,
big windup for Andino. Clean forehand reverse. He's done thousands of those. He said to you that it was the most fun he's ever had in a surfing event in his life. So we look back to that forehand reverse.
Oh, just lofty there from K.. Watch this wind up too, how low he stays and just springs off that section, hucks it around. So not particularly high, but just the fact that he was able to swing it around smooth, I think the judges are going to love that. And on a wave where you only have an option to do that one maneuver.
I mean, that was a short retirement, wasn't it, Rosie?
Yeah, we managed to see some more of Josh Kerr. I know that he competed in Padang over in Indonesia just a couple of days ago in that big swell.
3:22 to go. Important waves here coming through. Dion got second on that last exchange. Similar looking left. Tags it twice. Onto the shoulder, throwing some water. Bonus fourth section by the pier.
Yeah, that was an interesting hold off on that wave too. You kind of faked right, went left, held off his competitor.
Deon's part of a really cool caliber of surfers from Australia. You know, coming from South Oz, you know that you're ready for anything. Size-wise, wild elements, surfing in a big open ocean. But then he also hangs with guys like Heath Josky, like Wade Carmichael, who's having a great year on tour. Atkinson trying to hang on to that second spot, but Vasco wants it. Ribeiro needs at least a 5.56. And T.King with priority. Little fin throw reverse. Down through the inside. We're waiting for those numbers to lock in. Last for Dion, 5.53, didn't change his total. Last for Vasco, 3.0, keeps him in third. There's that rotator again.
Yeah, just you think about the position that Thomas is in right now. He's in fourth. He needs that 7-point ride. He's really got to find something with a few sections.
Having a look, that first section, Kolohe lets it run through. Down the line is T.King. He'll get a backside turn off, but he's incomplete.
Oh, so tricky. You see that aerial view. You see that wave kind of wedging in 4 different directions. He's been so active throughout this heat, just hungry.
So much energy, and you can see that on that first move where he just whipped that rotator for the 5.5. We'll run out of time for Vasco and Tomas. We'll see Andino and D.Atkinson make the jump into the round of 48. Doing a great job just putting on a show for everyone on the beach. Andino turning in 11 rides, a lot of keepers in the 6 and 5 range, showing us reverses, and really something different on every wave.